Hey everybody, how we doing tonight? J Mac here with you. Four Bros Radio Show. I'm joined by a couple of brothers tonight. I'm gonna save Crispy for last tonight because we got a big announcement for him, and we're gonna let him do that because it is a big announcement. I mean, he can laugh, but it's a big accomplishment in life, and we're gonna
become a man.
But double dirty Big B, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. What a great Sunday for football. Today's my Monday, so I'm off for the next couple days, and I get to chat with my brothers from another mother's.
Yeah, and we got Mess Around Dave, the sleep champion. How's it going tonight, man?
I'm good. I had my first show tonight with Nightcap with Mess Around and Friends. It went pretty well. I like the format of having other people on there, so I think I'm going to stick with that.
I like it as well. I chimed in a couple times and gave you a couple of topics to talk about. But now we get to Crispy Bacon, and Chris, I got to say, man, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah.
You won't be hanging out with us as much, but that's okay.
Did you finally fry bacon naked?
No.
He did. He finally went out there, and he finally put himself out there, and
Yeah.
Chris, why don't you tell us all about it? What are you going to be doing now?
Yeah, so it's basically data entry, putting numbers in a computer. Don't know the full extent yet, but I'll still be around for a lot of shows. Just maybe not as much as the late night shows, but I'll still be here.
Congratulations, Chris.
Well, yeah, congratulations, Chris. Definitely.
We can't wait. We know you're going to do great, brother. We know you're going to kill it, and can't wait to see how well you represent yourself and then the rest of us. And anything we can do to help you, we're here.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
Thank you.
with that said, the first topic we're going to go into tonight. Now, this is something we haven't really developed this yet. I know we've talked about doing a show strictly based on this, and we haven't quite got there yet. We got some feelers out there, but I want to talk fantasy football, and I want to get your all's take on how your teams did. If they did better than you thought, worse than you thought, where you're sitting after week one. It's only week one, so let's remember that as we're talking about this. But I'll start off and I'll say I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues. I won 2 and lost 1. I lost 1 by 3 points, so really it was a good matchup. I won in the other 2. Really shocked me I won in the coast to coast one because I did not have a good week with most of my guys. But I did have Jalen Hurts starting at quarterback. I gambled on that one, and that worked out for me very well. And I forget I had one other really good player. I forget who that was. But as well, that worked out for me. So Big B, how'd you do in fantasy football this week?
I'm also in 3 leagues. I kind of been busy with work yesterday, so and honestly didn't even really think about looking today to see what my scores were. But I know I was trailing. I think I was playing ace in the Coast to Coast League by 30, and I had one guy going tonight, which I know he wasn't going to give me 30. But it just sucks when you're setting your lineup. You're like, oh, this guy's not going to do good. You're not going to do good. And then you sit there and you got 20-some points sitting on your bench, which I did with Cordell Patterson from Atlanta. And I'm just like, God dang it. I mean, it would have been a little bit closer. Probably would have had a chance to win tonight if I had him in. But, like you said, Jay, you got to take chances here and there. And, as a matter of fact, I don't think I changed my roster at all after our draft. I just left it the way it was, the way they put him in there. So, but, yeah. Outside of that, I'll have to look at my other 2 leagues. I know I was winning. Well, the one I had a bye weekend because we have an odd number team, so I was winning that one. I had a good score in that one. I got to see how many teams I would have beat. But the second one, I think I was playing Sargent, and I don't think I was doing so hot in that one.
All right, mess around.
I'm in 3 teams as well. In the In my sixth league, I played Dragon Viper, and I just beat the brakes off him, 133.5 to 79. So that was good. And I made a big trade with J Mac. I Nick Chubb for Mahomes. I think that's gonna help out.
Because you guys know me in running backs, so you ever want to trade a running back for another player, I'll probably do it. But the other thing about Dragon Viper, he's not on here, so we could say this. I beat him in the other league we were playing in too, and the biggest reason for his downfall, I know in the league that I played him in, is he had starting Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and
Is he one of those guys that he'll take every guy?
He had all three of those guys starting in his league. So,
in the other league, I played my brother and I lost by 17. He's got a really good team. But if I'd have played anybody else in that league, that was it. No, that's coast to coast in my sixth league. I would have won. I would beat anybody else except for Adam. In that league. In the third league, it's just a random league. I just messed around and joined. I love my name too, by the way. Mess around and find out.
Mess around and find out.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah, so the Coast to Coast League, as we know, I picked defense first.
It worked out for you this week. It worked out for you this week.
And then I also drafted Russell Wilson, so I think that helped too. I won that league 110 to 66.
Good.
I think in another league, I lost 108, 102. Not too bad, I guess, but had Lamar Jackson as the quarterback and Eagles on defense, so I guess it wasn't too bad.
That definitely worked out. I'll tell you what. You know what a dark horse was for me this week was the Steelers defense. I picked the Steelers defense in one of my leagues. They got me 26 points as a defense. That's because they picked Joe Burrow off 4 times and had 2 fumble recoveries. That right there is like, what, 14 points or something?
Yeah, depending on what league you're in, yeah.
So, and then they had, let's see, then what they have. I even lost 3 points because they gave up 448 total yards. So they had 8 points for interceptions, 2 points for fumble recoveries. They had a block. They had 7 sacks, an interception return for a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles. So, yeah, a good week defensively for me. I don't plan on that happening every single week, but
my best player for that league was Saquon Barkley. He had like 29.4 points. I'm just waiting for him to get hurt, though, because it happens every year.
I would expect that again.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. So what going into next week? Is there a player that maybe you guys? And I don't want you to give your secrets away, but is there a player that maybe you guys are targeting this week to pick up off waivers? Someone that someone's not thinking about?
For me, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to say possibly. It just depends on, I guess, matchups.
Yeah, I kind of hold off. I mean, unless I have a serious injury, I'll kind of wait and see, a couple weeks, because 1 week, I mean, can't really judge a surprise player, that way. But
I will tell you guys, I'm not going to mention the player, but I do believe there's a player that no one's thinking about that would be a good pickup for almost anybody in fantasy football.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
DiNucci, right? Since his opening?
Absolutely, because now that Dak Prescott's hurt, that's the one. That's the one I was thinking of. They'll call him back and he'll start. No, there is one, and when you guys see me pick him up, you're going to be like, oh, I should have had a V8.
Right.
For me, this is available.
I'm not looking to really pick him up. I made 2 trades. I traded Chubb to you for Mahomes, and I went out and I traded Josh Allen and Hooper for Justin Fields and Cole Kmet. I know that's a bad trade, but I really wanted Fields, and to get him, I had to give up something. Because I missed the draft for that league. I was sleeping. Surprise, right? I was sleeping and missed that draft, and I didn't get to draft any of the guys. So
Yeah.
I got to have my boy.
Yeah, you know, I don't think Fields played bad. I'm not saying that, and I'm not taking anything away from the Bears win, even though I should, because I'm a Packer fan and I don't really care that the Bears won. But I do think everyone kind of overhyped it. They're like, "Oh, we killed the world today by beating the 49ers." Like,
Yeah.
is it really? I mean, no offense, mess around, Dave, but is it really that big of a deal that they beat the 49ers week 1? Like, everyone's acting like they went out and won the Super Bowl in the first week.
To be honest, the Niners gifted us a lot of yards, and they kept a lot of drives alive. Without those stupid penalties, we don't win that game. So they shouldn't act like, they won everything. And I get it. Nobody picked them to be any good. Most of the experts picked them to win like 3 to 4 games. And to come out right out of the gate to get that first win over a Super Bowl contender, even though Trey Lance looked like crap, and they should probably go to Jimmy G as soon as possible if they want to save their season. I mean, I know it's one game. Can you really fault
In a bad weather game?
I'm just curious. Is this everywhere else but coast to coast that thinks the 49ers are a Super Bowl contender?
Well, maybe 49er fans, but
that's like the first I've heard of somebody picking the Niners as Super Bowl contenders. I've been hearing a lot that the Saints are like the sleeper pick, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? Vikings are up there, Packers, Bucks, of course.
if you're Michael Irvin, you say Kirk Cousins is the MVP.
Yeah, God.
So,
How about the Lions, though, coming back to that deficit they had?
yeah,
And screwed up my lock of the week.
sure. I mean, we could say it. We could say that the Lions came back. Here's always my rebuttal to a team coming back. Usually, when you're winning like 37-7, you start playing prevent defense.
Yep.
So
And what does John Madden say about prevent defense? Prevent you from winning.
Yep.
prevents you from winning, exactly. So you start playing prevent defense, and pretty soon you just gave up 3 touchdowns in a row, and then you look and the score's closer than it should be. So I don't think that game was as close as the score indicated that game was, because
No, you're probably right.
Jared Goffel looked like Jared Goof in that game. He did not look good.
Well, how can you after Prescott's injury?
True.
Yeah. So I have a question though. I have a question to all of you regarding Brady and the Bucks.
Okay.
Yes, they beat the Cowboys, and they beat them. I mean, they beat them. It was a solid victory. It was an all-around win. But, and again, it's week 1. I'm not putting too much into this. But 5 years ago, even 3 years ago, the Bucks don't score four field goals. Those are 4 touchdowns that go in from Brady.
Yeah.
So I do feel, even though he's 45, I get it, and he's still playing at a high level. But I could see in that game where it's kind of the beginning of the end for Brady. Like,
is this the year Father Time catches up?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean he's not making his reads. He's getting hit more. They're settling for field goals instead of going for touchdowns. So I do kind of see it as this will probably be his last year, and there's been reports about that already. But I don't. You guys tell me what you think. But still, like those 4 field goals probably would have been at least 3 touchdowns 3 or 4 years ago for Brady.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not wrong.
Well,
I mean, he's like you said, he's missing reads. He's taking hits unnecessarily that he doesn't need to. He's probably holding on to the ball a little longer than he used to.
And the one thing is he's got a couple of receivers he had last year, but he does have Gronk. He does have Brown. So he doesn't got
Godwin.
Yeah, he doesn't got the guys that he had last year. that he knows. Kind of like Rodgers and the Packers. Rodgers is 3/4 of his receiving crew's new. I mean,
Even the surprise cut and Scotty Miller, that was a surprise cut for me that they cut him.
Yeah, I get it with Rodgers. I'm just tired of making excuses for the guy.
oh yeah, no, I get it. I mean,
done.
that was like when the Vikings had Favre here. And he ran that ball, and everyone's like, "Oh, he blew it because he's a Packer guy." 5 years prior to that, Favre would have got the first down, no doubt about that. Given that same play, he would have got the first down. We're talking a whole different ball game.
Yeah. One last topic on the NFL before we take our break. What was all with all the interceptions yesterday? Man, there was quarterbacks that threw more interceptions than I've seen in a week one in a long time.
Yeah.
Carr threw 3 or 4 picks and Burrow threw 4 picks, and just there was guys making mistakes that they don't normally make.
Felt like a preseason game.
Yeah.
John Alcorn said the Burrow should have actually had 7, but a couple were called back.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, he did not look good. He did not look good coming out in that game.
Yeah, it probably was just, a lot of starters, and, this goes back to the preseason. Didn't get any real snaps in the preseason with other teams, contact and stuff. It was all practice. So it'll be interesting to see how that reduces in week 2 when everybody's got a week under their belt. But yeah, there was a lot of picks that came from out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was just kind of crazy. All right, Chris, take the break. Let's take a break, and we'll come back. We'll come right back with the Four Bros Radio Show.
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
We're really back this time.
Yes.
Just kind of give you a psych out for a minute. We're back. Christy Wilson says the INTs were disrupting, in her opinion, and I agree. It was crazy to see the stat lines yesterday.
What about kickers?
We all know how Peyton Manning feels about kickers.
He made that clear tonight.
How about the punting game for Dallas in the Dallas game where towards the end there they almost blocked 2 punts. One hits the big scoreboard up on the top there. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we got those idiot kickers out there. I mean, that's exactly how Peyton feels, and he will let you know that he feels that way.
Oh, he made his feelings known tonight on the show.
Yeah. But I mean, what is Nathaniel Hackett thinking on that? I did not understand. That might be the bonehead play of the week.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of last year when Nagy did the same thing with the Bears against the Steelers. Went for like a 62-yard field goal instead of trying to check in the end zone. You knew Santos wasn't going to make that.
I mean, it's 4th and 5. If you call a timeout with 45 seconds left, which you had 3 timeouts, I don't know why you waited till 20 seconds to call one, and then decide to kick a 64-yard field goal. So 4th and 5, why didn't you go in and run a slant pattern to have Russell at least try to throw it underneath for a first down and call a timeout and then kick the field goal? You're at least 5 yards closer.
Yeah. And who knows? It could have broke one for 10, 15 yards, maybe a touchdown. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking there. Anyway, a couple of things to go through quick on baseball. Does Pujols get to 700?
Yes. I think he does. He's on the tear right now.
One home run in the next – or he's got 21 games left, so he needs – 1 home run every 7 games. He's got it.
I don't know.
Did you guys hear, by the way, of how Pujols is one of the best of all time in the game, and he's one of the best people, one of the best men that have ever played the game.
I think I know where you're going, J-Mac.
He's just a good man. He's not one of those guys that's full of himself. And because did you hear what he did with his 697th home run?
Yep. I
Like
did.
the
I
people
read that
that
whole
caught
story.
it, the people that caught it went and found him after the game and said, "Here's your ball back." And he said, "I don't need that. It's worth more to you than it is to me." And so he signed that one and two more and gave them two more because she explained that her dad, they went to every Cardinals game for years, and then he died of cancer a year ago. And so he just gave them signed balls and said,
I thought they were Pittsburgh fans, but they went on the
Pittsburgh fans,
1 year
I'm sorry.
anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the 1 year anniversary of the father's death, and they caught the ball and went to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, this ball's gonna be more to you than it is to me." And he signs two more balls. No, that's by
Who
far
was
the
that?
greatest
Who
thing.
did that?
Albert Pujols.
Pujols did.
yeah.
What a great guy. What a great human being. And he's
Yeah.
right. It does mean more. It does worth more to them than it is him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now-
I agree.
Now, you can do that with 697. You're probably not doing that with 700. I'm just saying.
No, probably not. That's probably one you're going to keep.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, 697 isn't that big of a deal, but 700, you're keeping that.
Well, okay, but here's the question: what if he hits two in a game, 701? I mean,
It's interesting.
I mean, yeah, you could give the ball back for 97, 98, 99 for sure. Unless 99 comes in your last game of the year and you're not coming back, you'll keep 99. But
Yeah. Agreed.
You think he comes back to get that one home run, or is he
No.
done this year?
oh, he's
No, I
done.
think he's done. I think he's
Yeah.
done. I don't think that 700 means as much to him as it does to the fans.
Right.
I think
And
he
I
knows
guarantee if he's at 699 with one at bat, somebody's going to loft him up one to.
Oh, I would. You would have to. I mean,
Yeah. Baseball needs it.
yes, they do. Baseball needs a milestone like that. And
Yeah.
the catcher would give you some kind of signal of like, just throw it down the middle of the plate at 70 miles an hour and let him crush it out of the stadium.
At
Yep.
least give him one home run. I mean,
I don't know though, because it doesn't. Is that like against the integrity of the game?
a little, but I mean, for
I mean-
a milestone like that,
But there's so many things that are against the integrity of the
Yeah.
game. Swinging at a 3-0 pitch, we could go back to that again.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Hitting a grand slam on a 3-0 pitch when you're up by 9 runs like that,
Pimping a home run shot. I mean, Gomez used to do that quite a bit.
I mean, you could also go back to Favre's like gift sack to Strahan.
It's true. I mean, there's things that you can
He's
go,
like,
no,
don't remind me.
you're not wrong. By the way, does that record fall this year? The sack record?
I
no.
think
I
Watt
thought it was
didn't
going to fall
did he?
last year, so.
I don't
Because
think-
I'm trying to think of who had like 4 monster sacks in week 1, and then
I think Parsons did.
I don't know if it
Parsons
was
not
Parsons.
going to break it.
No, I'm saying
No,
last year.
last year. No, I thought it was somebody from like the Cardinals or somebody had like 4 sacks in the week 1, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Oh,
this
that
guy-"
was Chandler Jones last year.
Yeah.
what's that?"
Chandler Jones last year.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention about baseball, are you guys as excited for the playoffs this year as in years past? I mean, I am,
Only if my White Sox make it,
but
which
I'll
isn't
be
looking good right now.
I'll be interested to see how the game changes with the new rules they make next year. Yeah.
Mhm.
But for me, I mean, all the races are pretty much settled except for the AL Central and I think your guys' division with the Braves and the Mets.
Yeah.
Outside of that, all the other divisions are all set pretty much.
I don't know. I
So,
think
mean,
the Braves will close the gap on the Yankees.
Or the Mets. you
Yeah,
mean?
that is true. Yankees are following, but I mean, I think the playoffs matchups are the teams that are in the playoff picture right now are set. I don't think we're going to see anybody leapfrog anybody like Orioles or somebody, but
Never mind. I'm wrong. The Jays are 5.5 out, and the Braves are 6 games out. So you're right.
Yeah. Everything's pretty much set, and the Dodgers already clinched a playoff spot.
whoop-de-doo.
I know, whoop-de-doo. I don't think anyone really
Hopefully
cares
they bounce out in the first round. That'd be awesome.
about the Dodgers.
I'd go for anybody else in the NL besides the Dodgers.
So I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Well, it's that time of the show. I think tonight we have to do what's everyone's favorite segment. Let's pick a segment. You know what? You know what everyone really enjoyed when we did it last time? I think we're gonna do because it's definitely Dragon Viper's favorite. I wish he was back here to answer those questions again.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so let's start with the newly employed growing up crispy bacon.
Well, you know what? Before we start, J-Mac, Chris, what are you going to buy with your first paycheck?
I
Yes.
have no clue.
Oh, you no.
I gotta think.
You might not have any clue right now, but what's the one thing that you've always said? If I had money, I would go out and buy this tomorrow.
A membership to Pornhub.
More bacon.
There you go, Marv. Yeah. I don't know really.
I mean, nothing Dallas Cowboys related, or just
Get that Chris Troy Aikman Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
A custom-made Cowboys jersey, crispy bacon on the back.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be awesome.
Maybe.
If you get that, you have to show it on the show because that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life, or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Ooh.
Especially where you live, that's huge.
Yeah, but I don't want to be hot or cold. Especially depending on the weather. Probably the internet, I guess.
Okay.
Great, we just lost our producer.
Yeah, right. Would you rather be royalty 1,000 years ago or be the average guy that you are today?
Ooh.
Probably just be the average guy. I don't know.
All right. One more.
Okay.
Would you rather cuddle a koala or pal around with a panda?
Ooh.
Probably a koala.
Koala?
Yeah.
Sure about that? Those things are freaking ruthless, bro.
Well, I mean, both are probably. But
All right. I'm going to go to Messeron next because I have the best question for him. That just happened to be the next one in line.
Sweet.
Would you rather work an overtime shift with your annoying significant other or spend a full day with your mother-in-law?
Oh my god. Shoot me now. I'd have to go with my significant other because she doesn't talk that much. Her mom just doesn't shut up, so
That's awesome.
That's going to be a good talk around holiday dinners. Don't let her watch the show.
yeah, right. Ooh, would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life?
Ooh.
ooh, they're both good. Jeez. I'm gonna go with pause. That way I can think about what I'm gonna say before I say it because I'm really bad about that.
well, you could kind of do that with the rewind. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just
True.
rewind it. So, I mean,
Would you rather die in 20 years with no regrets or live to be 100 with a ton of regret?
I don't know. I already got a ton of regrets, so give me live till 100. Why not make a few more, right?
I'm gonna have to. All right. Was that 3 or was that 2? Was that 3?
Yeah, three.
Yeah, that's
That was
right.
3. Yeah.
So we got Big B next. Would you rather have a child every year for 20 years straight or never have children at all?
Ooh. Oh, that sucks. God, I'm gonna be broke if I have children for every year.
Right.
I'll go with the children. I'll have a child every year. With the same woman, or could it be 20 different women?
I'm sure it could be different women.
Hey, think of that tax refund, bro.
Yeah, I'll be the Sean Kemp. I'll have plenty of kids.
Okay. Would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
You know what? I'd go with an extra toe just to kind of feel what it would feel like in a shoe. You know.
You'd have to get the extra wide shoe, wouldn't you? Like, you
Right.
Well, see, I already wear wide shoes already, so it'd be kind of weird
think?
putting
Here
socks
might
on.
Here might be the best one ever.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather would you rather you only to be able to talk to your dog or for your dog only to be able to talk to you and everyone think you're nuts?
Yes, I love that one.
Oh, I would love to hear my dog talk.
But remember, you're the only one
For
that can
now.
hear it.
I know. Yeah. But see, they're either gonna think you're nuts or they think you actually know what dogs are thinking. You know, but it's only
That's
your dog, so
If I had a dog, that would be awesome.
All right. Let's do a bonus one for everybody. We'll go around the
All right.
room on this one. Would you rather wear the same pair of socks for a month or wear the same pair of underwear for a week?
Socks.
oh, I don't know. It's hot summer days here in Minnesota wearing socks for the whole week or month. I don't know. I'll go with socks.
Dave.
Yeah, I already do the underwear thing for a week, so it's not a big deal. Just kidding. Give me the socks.
You do it for 4 days, right? Inside, outside, front, and back.
Whatever. Backwards, forwards.
I gotta say the socks too. Yeah, I think that would be the one. All right, just to let everyone know, as you've seen, we're shaking up the programming a little bit. We're adding some more shows, taking some stuff off. But let us know what you think. Like, chime in. Let us know what you think about the new content. If there's something you want us to bring back that we haven't had on in a while, yeah, let us know. I mean, we do this for you. You're the reason that we are able to do this. Don't forget a couple of things coming up. October 8th, we're going to be out with the Oregon Cougars football team. It's National Signing Day for the Women's Football Alliance. So that's going to be happening. We're going to be there live. On that, we'll be there with owner and coach Chuck Hoffman. We'll probably we're working on getting the players introduced. We'll have them each come on and kind of introduce themselves and what they do on the team, the position they play. We'll talk to Chuck Hoffman a little bit and get an interview with him. So it'll be a great day. Lots of programming that day, so join us for that for sure. Chris, what announcements you got for the network, man?
A lot of great shows coming to Coast. I probably won't be on here Mondays, but I will be on here Fridays. So Monday, no. Fridays, yes. So but I'll be around other shows. So
You mean so you mean the reign is going to end for
Yeah.
Crispy Bacon? So what I mean by the reign is going to end is Crispy Bacon has been on the most Four Bros radio show episodes in the show's history. So the reign is coming to an end. Every time you tune in, you always saw Crispy Bacon. So that's coming to an end. Kind
I'll
of
be on
bittersweet
Fridays.
moment.
I'll be on Fridays.
So Fridays will be featuring Crispy Bacon. Okay, got it. Mess around. What you got for us?
Like I said earlier, my new show, the Nightcap Mess Around, I thought it went pretty well. Another show I'd like to bring back, I mentioned this in our chat, the Biggie Skinny Show featuring Mess Around. We need to get that going back. And I know Ace and I have been slacking on our red tape files, but we're going to get that going again too. So look out for that.
Yeah. Big B, what you got?
Dave, I got to first say, Nightcap with Mess Around, that might pop up somewhere else. I mean, just to say. But, tomorrow we got On Deck. We got Tuesday Night Mania on deck. If you missed it last week, we did have Belko, the sports broadcast entertainer for Savannah Bananas on. He's definitely going to keep in touch with us. Hopefully around October-ish, they're going to release a schedule, so we might get them back on to see what cities they'll be performing in and let you guys know. Outside of that, Sports Minute Wednesdays, Morning Tailgate on Mondays, or Sundays, I'm sorry. So, with that, that's all I got.
Oh, yeah. Before we get out of here, huge shout out to Big B, Crispy, and Chrissy for keeping Twin Ropes going the last 3 weeks. Ace and I have not been on, so thank you guys for that.
No problem.
All right. And really all I have to say is just hang with us. This year is going to be a different year for Coast to Coast, but it's going to be a good year. I mean, different in a good way, not in a bad way. Lots more live events coming. So watch out for that. Some different things that we haven't done before. We've been in talks of maybe doing some kind of documentary series, which would be kind of interesting to bring on. So just different things that maybe we can get going and stay with us. And again, give us your feedback. Like we need your feedback. So you can always get a hold of us on any show. Most shows have their own Facebook page, or you can hit our own Facebook page at Coast to Coast. You can hit us up on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all over. So we do this for you. Lifelong dreams being lived in front of your very eyes. I couldn't ask for a better group of guys to do this with. Chris, if it's your last Monday for a while, man.
Yeah.
It's been a great run.
It has.
But we'll see you on Fridays, and we will see you all on the other side.
Bye, Felicia.